So time for the annual 2022 best iPhones to buy list, I guess, of this year. Now I've broken it this time in a couple of different categories, and I think by the end of this video, you'll probably have a good idea of which specific iPhone you want to pick up. Now, first off, this goes without saying, if you have all the money in the world and you're trying to buy the best iPhone you can pick up, and it doesn't matter about the cost or this or that, getting any of the iPhone 13, specifically the Pro models, is always going to be the best idea in my opinion. First of all, with the iPhone 13 Pros, the Pro and the Pro Max, these are, I think, the best iPhones Apple has ever made. They have so much capability, and for that $1,000 and $1,099 price, respectively, you are getting a solid phone that's going to last you many, many years to come. So if you have all the money, you're trying to find the best iPhone to buy in this year, those Pro models are the best iPhones you can buy for the price and for everything. Obviously, there's cheaper iPhones that may be a little bit better price per dollar, but the Pro model iPhones you cannot go wrong with, in my opinion. They have great displays. The Pro Motion 120Hz alone is something that's probably going to be put in a majority of the newer iPhones, and you're pretty much future-proof there. The notch is a little bit smaller. The battery life is amazing. I've had a great experience with my 13 Pro. It's been a great performing battery. The build quality is amazing. You have wireless charging, MagSafe accessories, all that good stuff, but the performance of this phone is top tier. If you aren't familiar too much with the gesture-based design or anything like that, and you're stuck with the iPhone with a home button or something, going up to something like a 13 Pro, it'll take you like 2 minutes to get used to it, and the performance of this phone is amazing. So if you're trying to get the best iPhone that you can buy, the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Maxes are the best ways to go. But to be honest, even the standard iPhone 13 is still a really good option as well. You're getting tremendous cameras, you're getting a beautiful display, you're not getting ProMotion, but you're still getting amazing battery life, and you're going to be future-proof for a very long time. So any of the iPhone 13 models, they're going to be lasting for a very long amount of time. So you can pick these phones up today, or this year, or in March of 2022, or in December 2022, and you're going to be getting a super long-lasting phone. It's going to be lasting you for 5 or 6 years probably. So those are the main iPhones I would recommend this year, and I'll keep recommending them until the iPhone 14s come out. But another iPhone I'd recommend is the iPhone 12 series. Although they have their issues and everything, the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini is a good second-tier option if you don't want to go for those iPhone 13s. Now, I still think an iPhone 11 may be a better way to go on top of the iPhone 12, but the iPhone 12 has a lot of capability, tremendous cameras too. They're almost the same thing as the iPhone 13. You're just not getting that great battery life that the iPhone 13 has, and maybe a little bit of a less camera quality with, the lack of cinematic mode or anything. But the iPhone 12s are still great phones for sure, and if you have a charger nearby, then I would just recommend buying an iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 mini, maybe even the iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max. Now that covers up the best iPhones I'd recommend at any price tag. Now the best priced iPhones, in my opinion, you can either buy these brand new if you want, or you can buy them used. Some of them you may still be able to buy certified or refurbished, but the best priced iPhone, in my opinion, is the iPhone 11. This is one of the most solid phones for sure. It's definitely one of my favorite phones of all time. Currently, as of right now, you can buy this iPhone for $499 brand new, but you can easily pick this thing up for around $400 in the used market, and this is another solid device. Beautiful display, 6.1-inch panel, same size as all the other standard Pro models that are still being sold. Great camera quality, you have a wide and ultra wide sensor, which is great. Amazing battery life, which is something I love. And that Apple A13 Bionic chip with 4 gigs of RAM is still extremely fast as well. You do have wireless charging, you have IP certification, so it's still very durable. And I've had very few issues with my iPhone 11, and I would still recommend picking up this iPhone. I think it's a great device for sure. It may not be perfect, but it's a tremendous device without a doubt. Now, another iPhone that I would recommend at, this price tag is the iPhone XR. This is another solid device that I extremely love. It's just one of my favorite iPhones right now. And although Apple isn't selling it brand new, you can still pick up this iPhone for around $300 right now in 2022. And it's only going to get cheaper, I think, throughout time. So if you're watching this video 5 months from now, it's probably even cheaper than $300. And it does fluctuate in price quite a bit. But an iPhone like the iPhone XR, still the same beautiful 6.1-inch panel, Apple A12 Bionic chip. It came out in 2018, so it is 4 years old getting into this year, but it's still a very good, capable phone, and this device was still being sold brand new by Apple last year, so I still think this phone still has about 2 to 3 more software versions it's going to get, so it's probably around halfway to about 75% done of its life cycle, but it's still a very good phone, and I've reviewed all these phones for the most part last year, and it's still a very good performing phone as well. Now the next iPhone phone, the iPhone 10. This is another solid phone that came out in 2017. I would recommend buying the iPhone 10 or iPhone 11, probably above the iPhone 10, just because of the software updates. But the iPhone 10 still has a tremendous build quality, AMOLED display on the front which looks great, wireless charging, IP certification, still a dual camera setup which is still pretty decent up until this day, and this was a $1,000 phone in 2017, and now it's still a pretty decent, phone for the most part, but you can pick this thing up for around $200 and something, which is crazy. So that's another one of my phones that I extremely love extremely badly. Now, I want to mention two other iPhones in the same category as well, and those are the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And in some ways, I would recommend buying an iPhone 11 Pro Max over the 12 Pro Max because the 12 Pro Max had this battery degradation issue that a lot of the iPhone 12 series had, but that iPhone 11 Pro Max is still a very good phone, and it's easily one of my favorite iPhones up until this year. It still has a beautiful 6.5-inch panel, tremendous build quality with the frosted glass back and the front glass, which looks really good, wireless charging, MagSafe, IP certification, great battery life. This phone still has amazing battery life for sure, and some people may actually prefer that bigger sized body. Me for one, I for one, whatever you want to call it, I actually love the way this phone feels in the hand, and although the 12 Pro Max feels more premium, I'm still a huge fan of the iPhone 11 Pro Max for sure. Now, my last little category I wanted to throw in here was actually the lowest recommended iPhone I would recommend all throughout 2022. So what does that mean? Well, no matter what your budget is, no matter how much you have to spend or whatever, I wouldn't recommend buying an iPhone that's under this specific or that's older than this specific iPhone. And those iPhones are the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. This year, I would not recommend buying an iPhone that is older than an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, and that includes the iPhone 6S, 6S Plus SE, the first gen, and any iPhone before that, unless you're on like a crazy super low budget and it's the only iPhone you can buy. And the main reason for that is because this year, it does look like iOS 16 is not going to be supported for these older iPhones. So the 6S, 6S Plus, and iPhone SE, because of that, I wouldn't recommend you buying an iPhone that is already going to be outdated. So I would highly recommend buying something like an iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus. At the very least, at the bare minimum, I would only recommend buying those iPhones. Now, any iPhone you buy above that is going to be better. So if you buy an iPhone 8, that's going to be much better than an iPhone 7, and the iPhone 10 is going to be better than the iPhone 8 in my opinion, and so on and so forth. So every year you progress, I would recommend not buying an iPhone, 6S, 6S Plus, or iPhone SE, and only sticking with an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, or anything newer than that. So in terms of those are pretty much the main iPhones I would recommend throughout this year. Now, most of these will be linked in the description down below, so I'd recommend if you want to buy them and you want to help support the channel at the same time, you can get them from Amazon, you can help us out, which would be great. So those are all linked down below, and that pretty much covers it up. So again, we kind of covered the best iPhones you can buy at any price, the best priced iPhones, some more priced iPhones that I actually do like, and the lowest iPhone I would recommend. So I would love to hear what you guys have to think about this for this year's list. Do you think it was great? Do you think it was bad? Do you recommend any iPhones that other people might want to go buy or whatever? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.